In November 2015, I installed an exhibition on the tag. The exhibition mimics much of the mise en scène of the gallery, but is installed illegally and in the street, in the literal and the metaphoric space beneath Melbourne's art precinct. So if we were to smash through this $1 million Arthur Boyd painting and the wall behind it in the State Theatre, we'd arrive in the exhibition, in a space where people are camping out. The exhibition features the old-school Melbourne style, a looping cursive E. This suburban regionalism is important because mimesis immediately refutes the mainstream polemic that tags are just mindless scrawl. It situates them as calligraphic. Brake is a prolific Melbourne train rider. In 2012 he got raided, copped a 6-month prison sentence, and was then pursued to bankruptcy by Metro Trains, but remains unbreakable. So the exhibition is called Grit, in the dual meaning of the shit that gets in a machine to impair its function, but also fortitude and resolve in the face of hardship. Ostensibly, the exhibition is about graffiti, but it's also a vehicle to manifest curatorial concepts. It appropriates the tag within a larger work, like Barry McGee or Australian fine artists like Steve Pearson or Daniel Crooks. Beginning with post-graffiti in the early 80s, there have been a host of exhibitions on graffiti and later on street art, but transferring graffiti into the gallery neuters its transgressive potency, so this exhibition is necessarily illegal. Gallery exhibitions on graffiti traditionally emphasize artness and pretty graffiti. I want to emphasize the anti-aesthetic and damage, which is something that publicly funded art galleries could never do. The tags are highly visible, but the most interesting facet, the taggers themselves, remains almost invisible. You can represent them in static photos, but really the spectacle of unscripted transgression is so much more energized. So I seeded the space with half-empty cans and markers to prompt stigmergic additions. And what happens? Well, a bombing exhibition gets bombed, and it's great. Counterposed to the authoritarian curatorial monologue, this new layering offers a more like discordant dialogue, and that's cool. You know, it's like the shitfights and the cross-out wars. They're the best part of graph. The City of Melbourne's current graffiti management policy endorses illicit street art but prioritises tagging for immediate removal. Okay, well what about a street art exhibition on tagging? It creates the third position, a space between this legitimate, illegitimate divide. So the whole exhibition is framed by this ominous tension of imminent erasure. I see this exhibition within a lineage of Australian social practice and institutional critique that unwillingly draw institutions into a performative spectacle. Rather than a traditional artist-spectator binary, this exhibition really needs the authority of the city to push against, to construct a heterodoxy, orthodoxy, spectatorship tripartite. It's like a sporting match where you really need two teams and a crowd of spectators, and if only one of the teams rocks up, well, you know, it's a bit shit. So the relationship is symbiotic, and perhaps this reveals the secret nightmare that torments all graffiti writers. Not that you'll get raided or imprisoned, but the graffiti could be legalized.
System fail. Fuck. System. Fuck. System. Fuck. System. Fuck. System.
What does graffiti do? Fuck the system? I disagree. I think graffiti and street art service the system as a kind of camouflage for authority, a veneer of cultural dissent, but pacified, with no will to subvert the status quo. All of these appropriated symbols of resistance are forgeries, totally recuperated within the dominant neoliberal ideology. Or think about this, would an efficient totalitarian state be painted grey, or would it be filled with graffiti to manufacture compliance within a false perception of freedom?